guys, my name is Starlet and I'm coming on for the very first time doing my very first flip through of my planner setup. This one I will be doing a flip through of my 2021 of what I have planned for that. Currently I am still in the process of updating it and adding in a few additional inserts, but the route that I want to go for 2021 is pretty simple. I really just want to have just my basic, monthly, weekly, some dailies. I do have 2 sets of dailies by Cloth and Paper that I'm trying to figure out how I want to utilize. I have their 2020 version and their 2021 version, so you'll see it as I flip through. And just some things that I typically use for like finances, goals, my side businesses, notes and things of that nature. So I just wanted to kind of walk you guys through what I have planned and what I have set up for 2021. So if you are interested, stick around and please feel free to subscribe and like this or dislike it and provide any comments that you may have. All will be appreciated. All right, so starting out, I am using the Cloth and Paper Simplicity dashboard or notebook cover. This was just released, I think in November for the Black Friday. So I thought that was really nice. I love the simplicity of it. I love that it kind of represent an S because of my name, which is Starlet. So I really love that dashboard. This is by Ellaman Paper Co. This is my word of the year, Boundless. I have a few different inserts or dashboards that I've purchased from, I want to say Ellaman Paper Co. and maybe someone else as well, that kind of showed my word of the year. So I have a couple of different versions of this. This is a clear acetate from Poi Han, which says 2021. I really like that, and I love using the acetates to kind of help protect my decorative dashboards so they don't get beat up or anything like that. I really love this Ellaman Paper Co. abstract dashboard. I love the paper. I love the art, the abstract art of it. And so this was like a must-have, and I really love that. I bought this one as well as another one, which you'll see kind of further on in my planner. All right, so starting out are my dated dailies, 2021 by Cloth and Paper. So I have the cover, I have the world clock, and the page for things this belongs to the conversion. This package, this pack of inserts came with pretty much most of these beginner pages. This year at a glance, this belongs to the conversion, the world clock, and then it moves into the holidays, and then it actually have the rest of the inserts. So then I always start out with my vertical weekly lined. So this starts out, oh no, okay. So first up, I have these custom dividers. They're top dividers, frosted with the gold foil. And I got these through or by Lines Plus Paper. They are half letter, which is my system. I'm trying to, as I said, I was trying to be as minimum as possible. So therefore, I wanted to go with a more compact and slimline planner. So basically using 1-inch disc. Now this isn't my only planner that I plan to use for the year. I have multiples. I have my work planner. I have a general notebook. I also have a few like a personal size planner that's more on the go. I have my business planners or notebooks. I have a pocket size that's, whenever I'm just really wanting to be minimal. and just, you know, maybe a slimline purse, and I just want to just quickly, you know, be on the go, I'll have that with me. And then I have a few others, and, you know, I can list those out and I can share those with you guys as I get a little bit more involved and more consistent with doing more, you know, flip throughs and videos. All right. So my my dividers are, I start off with a to-do, then my schedule, notes, business, finance, and miscellaneous. And then in the back section after miscellaneous, I have the Cessa V essential dividers, which are also frosted as well as gold foil. Now these are typically A5, and what I typically do when I get anything from Cessa V, I always ask for A5 size and unpunched so that I can trim them as well as punch them myself. So in this section, I have home, meals, wellness, social goals, and notes. All right. So going back, I have my to-do list. These dashboards here are something that I just kind of made. I wanted them to be pretty minimum. I do know how to do my own inserts. However, I don't really do them or make them or sell them as of yet. I'm considering it. These were kind of inspired from, I think it was Elamon Paper Co. or someone else, but I really like theirs, and I just wasn't interested in buying like each one that I wanted, so I just basically made my own and just kind of, you know, printed all the different sections that I wanted to have. So the to-do list is just really my inbox, which I have the clear inbox from Cloth and Paper. And behind that, I really don't use this. I only use it just to kind of, is more of a dashboard for me. If I do use it, I normally put, you know, like a sticky note on it. I know that you can use the dry eraser markers and things of that nature. However, I don't like to use those because I've found on like the Today insert or dashboard, it kind of leaves like a little bit of the residue, and so I didn't want to use that and mess it up. So I'm just using these just for, you know, to kind of cover up my section or to fill it with sticky notes only. And generally, I would probably put the sticky notes on the page behind it and just kind of keep that clear, because even the residue from the sticky notes, I don't want to get on that dashboard. So then this is the section for my inbox. These are Cloth and Paper. You can find them on your on their website. I also have a few other manufacturers of inbox sheets that I am planning to test out and use. So I don't have those printed. I purchased those as printables. So I'm hoping to get those printed and, you know, add those into my system. So then we get into the schedule, my schedule planning. So I use the Cloth and Papers monthly, weekly, and dailies. I do have a few other manufacturers that I will be testing out as well. I just love their paper. I love Cloth and Paper's paper. I love the simplicity of it. I just love the layout. It's worked for me ever since I've been, you know, in like the 8.5 by 11. I'm sorry, in the half letter discbound system. Outside of like the ARC and the tool, this is the planner system that I typically use, or the inserts that I typically use for my main planner. So we have the weekly, and what I plan to do for this weekly versus my dailies is, so going back, okay, so on my monthlies, I normally use, I normally put like my personal appointments, personal like meetings or birthdays, anniversaries, or special events on this planner. And so on this calendar, throughout you'll see additional calendars, and I use those for those specific sections. On the weekly, I used to just use just the monthly and the weekly. And then I started using the daily starting in 2020. And I really liked it, how I was able to kind of break out my day by hour and, just kind of show or break down like my to-do list and keep it separately, because that's how I would do on my weekly, and it was just kind of getting confusing. Like, I'll have some appointments in here mixed in, and then I will have some tasks, and it just wasn't enough space. So I decided for 2021, the way that I wanted to use this is just, again, just mostly my personal, like tasks, not really tasks, or things that I just want to kind of remember that I don't really need to put on like my daily or the other daily that I'm choosing to use more so as like a weekly by Cloth and Paper. So things that will go on here would be like, okay, so Thursday, I'm watching Grey's Anatomy. It's kind of like the less important things. Or I don't want to call it less important things, because then I'll be putting like, I'll probably just say, I'm doing my workout Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday. It might be UPS or USPS, Happy Mail coming in. So it'd be like less important things, or things that I just want to, kind of pre-plan and see, and then it'll be broken out in other sections, right? All right, so then moving on, I have the Cloth and Paper new version of their dailies. And I don't really like this more as a daily, because I really like the schedule. I guess I kind of got kind of babied by their first version of their daily, and I really, really enjoyed that layout. So that's why I ended up going and purchasing the new or I purchased the old version. And because that isn't dated, and you can kind of see, I don't think I have the dated ones in here, but I purchased the dated ones. Although they're dated, they don't say like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It only has the month and the day. So I like that because it can be reutilized for 2021. So the way that I originally had planned to use these for work, and I said, nope, I don't want to use these for work. So I ended up buying the tool system for work. I typically like to use the tool because I kind of get a little, junky with my writing. So I didn't want to use my nicer inserts for work. So the way that I plan to use these dailies is more like for a weekly. So I plan to do, list out my high important to-dos. Like this would include like my personal and possibly some work and some business. Even though I have the business section separated, and then I have my work planner, I don't want to overlap too much. So when I say work, it might be just like a reminder to let me know that I have a meeting at, 8 o'clock, and I need to make sure I'm there at, 7, 50 or whatever to kind of prep for that. Or if I have a vacation day or a personal day or something like that. So, those are some of the things that I want to make sure that I kind of list out. Or if I have a deliverable for that particular day, I want to make sure that, I note that, but not really plan my work task in this planner. Any notes, I kind of plan to use this for anything related to like my 3 businesses that I have. The priorities for the day. These are areas that I want to try to focus on my goals. My intentions for 2021 is to highly, highly focus on my goals and set every goal. I don't have a ton of goals, so I'm, again, trying to be simple and realistic. However, I want to make sure that I'm moving towards what I am, what those goals are. And then the schedule, because it's not, numbered or timed already, you just kind of list it out yourself. I was hoping to kind of use this area for, if I have an appointment that day for personal, or, just kind of pre-planning things here, if, for the week, and, whether it's for personal or for work. Okay. So then I get into the actual dailies, which are also by Cloth and Paper. Right now, you see just the undated, but I will have the actual dated ones, and I'll just use like a week's worth of in my planner so that it doesn't get too bulky. And also I am doing like my calendar by quarterly, so I'll have like each quarter worth of monthlies in. When it comes to the weeklies, I will have the one month in. When it comes to the dailies, I will have 1 week of those dailies in, so that I'm not, you know, bulking up the planner and, you know, it's becoming heavy. And again, I want to try to stick with the 1-inch rings as opposed to going to the 1.5-inch, which makes the planner a lot heavier, and just, you know, I don't like to carry it around when it's too heavy. So then this here would be, you know, just again, just a more of a breakout. And this is what the dailies is what I will probably look at the most. So when it comes to the dailies, these dailies here, this is more like pre-planning my week out. But then here, I want to use this for as I plan my day completely. So I will reference this. However, things might come back up or come up that day, and I want to make sure that I get it, you know, jot it down or record it or whatever the case may be. And this would be a little bit more thorough. Again, this would be more on the personal side, some work related things, and some of my business things. All right. I also have, coming from Lines Plus Paper, a few additional custom tabs, which are their bottom tabs, frosted gold foil, and they basically state overview, overview, monthly, weekly, daily, so that I'll be able to you know, get to these pretty quickly. All right. So then I have my month of February. Actually, these will be coming out. The weeklies will be coming out, as well as for March. Again, I want to try to utilize as much space as possible. Plus, I have some additional inserts that I have to get in here, which are my CESAV yearly overview, and I use those a lot. So I got to try to get those in there, along with a custom folder that I also purchased from CESAV. So again, I don't want it to be completely bulky. Then my notes section, which I don't really use this a lot. I have a few Cloth and Paper tasks sheets in here. I only use this for, you know, some quick jotting down of notes or anything like that. However, I have a my Gillio with a Stalogy that I use mostly for my note taking. And then I have a little bit of dot grid paper by the Collected Planner. Then in my business section, this is just a small preview of things that I might want to keep with me. However, I do my business planning and my individual planners. I have 3 different businesses, one with my husband. We have a nonprofit organization, and then one with a girlfriend of mine from college. We have an interior design business where we kind of focus on small commercial and residential, helping contractors and developers select materials and finishes. And then I have my own personal side business, which is my own interior design business. So those 3 different businesses are separate, and I just try to keep just a little bit of information, or use this section for anything that I need to kind of jot down, or, you know, some tasks that might pop up in my head, and then therefore I take that information, I transfer it over into my business planners. So right now I'm using the Poi & Han task sheet, and I like it because it kind of breaks it out in 3 different categories, where I just use these for the actual businesses, you know, the 3 different businesses that I have. And then I'm able to write down any task that I need to get done for that week, or something that might pop up. Not necessarily has to be done that week or that day, but I just want to maybe jot it down. And then I have the month on one page calendar by Poi & Han. Again, this is just high level to kind of help me see an overview of business events that we might be planning, or meetings, or client visits or something like that. And I just want to see it as an overview for across the board for all three businesses. And then I'll be using that section probably to break out some things per company. And then as well as the back could be broken out for each company. So right now I have, again, the first quarter of inserts for that. And then I have a few of these project management inserts by, what's their name? Cloth and Paper. These I kind of use mostly for my interior design company. So I really like these inserts. So I use that for that particular company. And then these by Poi and Han, the Project Index, I use these for our nonprofit. So these are mostly for like the various events that we plan to schedule and have for the year. So I use these for, the goal is to use these for that. So I've never used these before. I want to see how this actually works out for me for that particular company. And this here also kind of coordinates with the Spiral A5 planner that we received from Cloth and Paper. That one has all of the events, and I really like that one because it's all together. It's nothing but the calendar and the weeklies. I'm not, able to do anything, like add in a ton of different inserts and stuff like that. So it's going to keep it all completely organized, and it's really mainly intended to just be used for just the events that we plan to host for the year of 2021. So I have a few of these in here. I have first quarter of projects inserts for that. And then my finances, I have, again, this is just a small section of my finances. I have a separate finance planner that I use that is more broken out. One for my personal stuff, and then one for my husband and I, and one for for the businesses. So however, the other two, they're just kind of like in their own like within the planners that I already have. But I do have like one that's kind of separate for me and my husband, and it's the main finance planner. So in this here section, again, I just wanted to have a little bit of planning on the go. And so this one, I'm using the budget and finance inserts by Cloth and Paper. Again, I've never tried these. I have like 3 sets of these. I have them in the disc bound. I have them in the A5 size. I don't use A5, and I had received it last year in a sub box, and I just never used it. And then I have them in my oh, I have another like on the go, not really on the go, but just a personal size, kind of like a cash envelope planner, and I added them in there. So however, I just plan to use this insert this year, and then I'll probably use the personal size for 2022. So I'm not just overwhelmed. So I have those in here. And then I have to have a month on one page, because what I like to use this for is to kind of list out all of our bills on the due dates, and list down any notes or anything like that that's related to them, or things that are not typically month to month. Maybe it's just for that, maybe it's like once a year type of bill or something like that. And I'm using the CESA-V version this year. Last year I used the Infinite Lotus month on one page, and I really liked it. However, the boxes were like really light, and they were like they weren't squared out, and visually it was just kind of hard for me to kind of see it. So I went this route because I felt like this one was a little bit more easier to read for me, and visible for me to see. However, again, you can kind of see that it's the A5, and I just kind of cut these down on the edge and then repunched them. So I have That, and then along with the bill tracker, I typically list out our bills per month. Now I have a totally other system too. So I have, an electronic system that we use for budgeting. And I basically plan that out for the entire year. So I'll start like at the end of this month and I'll plan out our 2021 budget for all of our bills and things that I know that are coming up. And then I have my finance planner because, I just love to write things down. Or what I typically do is, I use it for, when I'm done with this one, like January, I'll take it out and I put it in that finance planner. So it's kind of like keeping a record, it's kind of storing, the unused inserts and the used inserts once I'm done with them. And then I might have some other information in there, like, debt, payment plans and stuff like that, or copies of, our paycheck stubs or something like that. So I don't really use it. I just kind of use it to kind of store certain inserts and store certain information. All right, so then it continues with the rest of the cloth and paper budget and finance inserts. Then I got the month of February, and I think I have the month of March. And then I use this monthly checklist. I kind of list out all of our bills, and I just kind of go by month, making sure that we paid everything. So this and the month on one page kind of works together. And then I use this purchase tracker. The purchase tracker, I really just use this for like my personal purchases, like online purchases, mostly for like my planners or whatever. And there's a few other inserts that I want to get in here that I used last year or this year, 2020, from Peanuts Planner Co. And I really liked how I used them. So I want to get those inserts in here as well. A simple wish list from Cloth and Paper. Then in my miscellaneous section, it's just, like more inserts from Cloth and Paper, like the recommendations, the habit tracker, which I don't really use the habit tracker a lot. Contact sheets, if I, don't use my phone, is something I just want to keep track of. Passwords. I don't use this for like anything like major. It's mostly for like online stuff. Like if I've, created a new account on a planner account. Something simple, but I have a totally different system for all my passwords, like my real sensitive passwords. This is another dashboard, that abstract dashboard by Elamon Paper Co., which kind of divides the second section. So this is home, and I just have like the weekly undated capsule by Cloth and Paper, which I just plan to use for like for cleaning, just kind of creating like a cleaning routine, like what I'll be cleaning on Mondays and what I'll be cleaning on Tuesdays. So I don't really use this section a lot. And I really don't plan out my cleaning. It's just really, hey, this is the week I need to do laundry. This is the week I need to, mop the floors, things of that nature. So I really try not to plan like every single thing in my life and get overwhelmed. As well as like, meals, like meal planning. I've tried it. Sometimes it's helpful. Sometimes, it helps me with the grocery shopping and things of that nature. However, I don't use it that much. So this is the meal planner by Cloth and Paper. That was the version 1. And then I have the version 2 in here. The way that I think I plan to use this, I don't plan like breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. I normally plan like just really dinner. So, it'll be like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I think I plan to do use this one sheet. I don't like to use the side by side because like if this is used and I have another sheet, then this is already filled out and it just kind of drives me insane. So this is how I know it's backwards, but I can deal with that as opposed to the side by side. And then, in the back insert is used. This is the first version of Cloth and Paper's grocery list. I don't really use this a lot. I have another grocery list, like notepad that I use. But, you know, sometimes if I'm out and about or if I'm at work and I just want to jot some things down or plan it out, if I want to run to the grocery store afterwards, then I have that insert in there. Recipes, I don't really use this. I have the recipe cards by Cloth and Paper that I typically use. However, those were some nice inserts, so I kept it. And I just have one in there. Then my wellness section is a section that I use a lot. So I'm using the Poi and Han insert. Last year I used Tool, and you know, it was some leftover inserts that I had, so that's why I ended up using those. So the yearly, I will be using this for all of my doctor's appointments for the year, anything that I plan in advance, or anything that I, you know, have to schedule afterwards. There's another insert that I plan to incorporate. I used last year the Tool insert. It was like a pullout of the overall year. And on the front, it had like the yearly thing. And then on the back, it had a different like kind of grid. And one was to track and show me like a whole overview of all of my appointments. And then on the back, I track my menstrual cycles. So I really enjoyed that one. I'm looking for another version of that without having to buy a whole planner to get the insert by Tool. So I'm kind of looking that up. The vision board, I don't know if I'll really use this section here for what I'm using these inserts for. However, the monthly, I plan to use this for, again, just to kind of show my appointments for the month, any medications that I may start or stop, or anything just kind of high level that I want to see on my monthly calendar for health-wise. So I have the 3 months for that, first quarter. And then I have my weeklies. Now my weeklies, I plan to use for kind of like, you know, jotting down any symptoms or anything for that day health-wise that I just want to kind of quickly jot down. This section will probably be used for any notes for that week. Like if I've had some strange symptoms or something that I might want to bring up, or if I'm noticing too much of, and I end up maybe, you know, once I have a doctor's appointment, a follow-up, I can go back to these notes and I can, you know, see what were some of those things that I wanted to talk to my doctor about. So I got a week's worth of those in here. Then I have the half sheet Cloth and Paper insert for like the calorie intake, water intake, activity tracker. However, I plan to use this more so for my activity tracker along with my workout plan from Infinite Lotus. The way that I plan to use this from this insert here, because it has 6 sections on here, and I work out 6 days of the week, I plan to do like more like a routine. Like this will be for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. What do I plan to do? So if I'm doing my upper body, if I'm doing my lower body, upper body, you know, and what different exercises am I planning to do along with my cardio? And then this will be used because I don't really track, like I track my calorie based off of what I burn for my, from my cardio. However, I don't do calorie tracking, like writing it down. If I was to do it, which I used to do, it'll be more in an app. So I don't plan to use this for the calorie intake. However, I plan to use this as week 1, week 2. And what I can do is kind of just kind of check off if I've done my workout for that week or whatever, since I'm using these more as a routine. I have 2 sets in here, but you know, I only probably need 1. And however, at certain points, like first quarter, I might do a series of, you know, exercises at a certain, you know, rep or something like that. And then, you know, I might start to increase, you know, weights and things of that nature. So then I'll probably, you know, change it out at that point. My social, which is kind of more for my business, I have these social media inserts by Poi and Han. I am not big on social media, like posting and stuff like that. However, I scroll through. I might comment here and there. I love to see the pretty layouts. I love to look at it for ideas. However, I'm not very active, and I'm trying to get a little bit more active because there's things that I want to do for my own business, and I need to be a little bit more involved and promote things a lot more. And I know that those are free tools that help with marketing of your own businesses and things that you do. And plus I do it use it for fun. So I do post some of my my planners or stuff like that. So I'm trying to get a little bit more active on social media. And then I have the first version of their media content manager. And I probably just use this more like a routine to kind of help me list out hashtags and things of that nature. So I'm not sure. I have a few of those. I still haven't used them. My goals section. This is what I just really want to just keep track of my goals. Again, I want to be a lot more intentional with my goals this year. And I have a separate goal planner, and then Cloth and Paper also gave us a sub box for December, which looks like it has some goal inserts in there. I haven't received it yet, but I do have a whole separate goal planner. So this is mainly just to kind of track my goals. keep them in my face and track them. And then I have the goal insert, like the weekly goal insert, like for a specific goal by Cloth and Paper. And then my last section, it says notes. However, I use this for my personal inserts that I've created for myself, which is my prayer agenda and journal. So I have like a daily insert that has like, my schedule, whether I'm, taking out time to meditate, pray, read my scriptures or something like that. Today's top 3 goal focus, a prayer topic, a meditation scripture, daily scriptures, today's reading, affirmative statement, and any notes. And then on the back, I'm able to do a little journaling, write in some prayer requests, and today's confession and prayer. And then also in my bundle, I have like a prayer list, and this is just broken out by day. So on Sundays, I might be praying for something specific. Mondays, I might be praying for something different. Tuesdays, and so on. And then I have a section or insert for a prayer journal. So, if I wanted to use these for service, or if I'm looking at something on YouTube and I just want to take notes, that's my insert for my prayer journal. And then I have an extended prayer request insert, which has the date, the place. Today I prayed 4 scriptures, prayer requests, and when those prayers were answered, and what kind of praises. And then the last section is the confession section or insert. So that is my 2021 setup. Let me know what you guys think. Again, thank you for taking the time out to look at my video, and hope to see you guys around again. And feel free to like and subscribe and make any comments. Talk to you soon.